Hello, it is Sunday and it is the 15th of October 2023 and I've been away for a long time. First, I just want to share why. A few reasons. Essentially, I lost a friend. He decided to hang himself. Very upsetting sort of time. I've also been unwell. Came down with a sort of a cold which lasted a couple of weeks. Still got a chest infection lingering, and that's again another couple of weeks afterwards. So I've had it for nearly a month now, and probably some people would say you got the old Rona, right? So, but yeah, work as well. It's been a choppy year. Been financially pretty difficult this year, but also censorship. Obviously we had the Russell Brand debacle, which happened, where he was basically deplatformed without any trial. A trial by media and by social media, by order of the government. So that really boils down to the online safety bill, which isn't really anything about online safety. It's more about shutting down political opponents, which you will find in the protocols. But the main reason why I want to make this video today is because of the alarming ignorance that I see online with regards to the new current thing, and that would be the conflict in the Middle East, and that's what I'm going to refer to it as. Essentially, people don't really understand what's been going on there since 1948, since that conflict really did start. It's never really ended. There has been 3 or 4 main wars between the two sides, but the blue and white side, which we will call it, didn't exist before 1948, and it was created off of something called the Balfour Declaration, where the British government at the time wrote to the Rothschilds family and asked them to help create a home for the Jewish people. And obviously I'm not against that. I'm not anti-Semitic in any way, shape or form. I am anti-Z, though, Zionist. I think it's an abhorrent ideology, and sadly it is an ideology that which controls that country. And well, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos from very popular YouTubers. One, namely Bert, who's got a channel called We've Got a Problem, and his upload today was kind of distasteful, really. So obviously there are a lot of protests that are going on in various major cities across the world with regards to the situation that is going on there, and it's with good reason. And although I'm not a Muslim, or I'm not pro-terrorism, and I'm very neutral, I have been watching what's been going on in the land formerly known as Palestine, which is now been reduced to these 2 areas called the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. And I've been watching other YouTubers like Chris Thrall, who have been pretty unbiased, which has been quite nice to watch. He's also, being ex-military and being ex-Royal Marine, he has friends who have worked in the IDF, and every single one of them has said that not even a cat could get near that border. without being detected. You couldn't drop a pencil without, you know, the blue and whites knowing about it. So for me, you know, I have been watching this situation for a number of years now. I've been awake for quite some time, nearly 2 decades. And I've always found it quite an abhorrent situation, because the Balfour Declaration that actually helped create that place has been gone against, because it's stated in there that no Indigenous people should be displaced or, you know, have harm caused to them, basically. And that's a layman's way of putting it. It's not word for word, it's not verbatim, but there you go. And we helped create that place, and we should now be holding our heads in shame, because what I see is that the militant group that got across the border to the music festival, I would have suspicion about where its funding comes from, where its weaponry comes from. I really would. And I would suspect, you know, there would be dollar involvement in that, certainly from, you know, intelligence places of a central, you know, nature. And given the fact that you listen to ex-IDF say that you couldn't drop a pencil, a cat couldn't go near the border without being detected, how did they paraglide over the border and get to that music festival? Which seems to be what has sparked all of this recent increase of violence and dystopia. Has flared it up. Now, if I'm right, and the money that helps fund that organisation comes from where I think it does, this has been pre-engineered as a way of finishing off the job. Because currently what we have is a situation where the blue and white country has told the red, black and green country that they have 24 hours to get out. And they can't escape through Egypt, because Egypt won't allow it. And they are in an open air prison, as many of you may or may not know. So they've been absolutely bombing the crap out of the place. And they say that they want to rescue the hostages that have been taken. So they bomb the place massively, probably killing those hostages. You see, I do see things from a very bigger picture. And I believe that this has happened all pretty much engineered to give the green light to the blue and whites to go and take the rest of the land that they've been taking for the past 75 years. That's right, 75 years. That's how long that conflict has been going on. But the media don't talk about that. They don't talk about how the blue and whites have bulldozed the homes of the black, red and greens, how they have displaced them, how they have dropped bombs on them using drones, how they would sniper them when the black, red and greens are using slingshots. I don't talk about that. I don't talk about the open air prison that they've been living in the most densely populated area of land in the world. And now that the blue and whites have got up and said, yes, we're going to treat them like animals, We're going to cut off their food and their water, their electricity, their medication. We're going to just cut them off. And what we're seeing is the biggest slaughter in human history. Yet the media wants to say that the paragliders that went to the music festival was related to the Kursk. Got nothing to do with it. I'm going to leave a link to a video that I watched by Double Down News of a Jewish chap giving a very balanced opinion about what's going on. I'd like you all to watch it, because the bottom line is there is no real side to be supporting, and I'm going to remain neutral. I don't condone violence. I think violence isn't a way forward. Peace, talking, that's the way forward. But it's not been allowed to happen in that country, and I'm not surprised that this has happened, because the blue and whites tend to get away with murder, and other countries just sit back and give them the green light to do so, and say that they've got the right to defend themselves, when actually they've been oppressing the red, black and green country for a very, very long time. And it's quite saddening to now watch people in YouTube comment sections, big YouTubers, getting sucked in to the whole they need to go home narrative and this, that and the other, when actually it's the people from the black, red and green country who have more right to asylum than anyone else in the world, really. Because can you imagine living in a country where you are suppressed, locked in an open air prison for 75 years? I can't either. This video might be grossly unpopular with a lot of people, but please read the Balfour Declaration. Read the words of it and learn that it was built under Zionist aspirations. That's what it says in clear black and white. Zionist aspirations. And that is the problem. That is the problem. I'm pretty sure that if the Orthodox branch were running the country, I think that peace would probably been attained by now, but not under that lot. So do your homework before you go making comments and saying, go home, these people that are protesting, they shouldn't be allowed to protest. Why, this, of course they should be allowed to protest. They've been oppressed for 75 years. And we've done nothing about it. Trump gifted the Golan Heights. Yeah. Syria's land to the blue and white country. What's that about? You can't just gift somebody's, just say, oh yeah, well, we're going to take that bit of land and we're going to take it. We've got to remain calm, and we've got to remain balanced, and we've got to remain compassionate and understanding about the plight of the people in the black, red and green country. For it was their land, and it should still be their land. And yeah, two-state solution's probably not ever going to be on the table now. And I understand why people might adopt a certain way of thinking with regards to, go home and this, that and the other. I do understand it. But that's ignorant. That's not really understanding the reason why they're here. And as I said, I believe that they have more right to asylum in the world than anyone. And I think it's an abhorrent situation. And I think a little bit of shame should lie on the shoulders of the big YouTubers who don't really tell it as it is. they're almost like an extension of our media, which is all about having sympathy for the blue and whites. Oh, the poor blue and whites. Let's remember what's happened for the past 75 years, shall we? I think that's all I've got to say on the matter. I could say more, but obviously what with censorship, we have to be a bit careful. And I did mention the name of the black, green and red country. Maybe that might pull the video, but I hope you're all well. And I want to just say to Lee, thanks for checking in on me, man. I really appreciate that. You know, we very briefly met each other, you know, in Oxford, and no, it was a really lovely gesture to be, you know, checked in on, because I haven't uploaded for so long. I will endeavour to do more videos, but I'll be honest, this platform is going down the pan. You know, holding trial by media and trial by social media without any evidence or anything actually happening in court, demonetizing people based on hearsay is it's not great, is it? It's not great. And I stand for free speech, so I hope you're all well, and let's pray for everyone who's being affected in the Middle East right now. Let's pray for them all, because there's wrongdoing on both sides. I'm not here to just, you know, bolster the side of the black, green and red, but I'm here to just try and provide a bit of balance and just say to you guys, you know, before you go commenting, and you know, some of the comments that I've read, they should have been taken down really by YouTube. Funny how YouTube likes to incite violence sometimes, huh? When it suits. So it likes to incite divide and conquer when it suits. So thanks for watching. I will endeavour to do another YouTube video, but I am looking at gonna, you know, maybe move on to Rumble, as it's a lot easier to make videos. You can be a lot more subject specific, and yeah, I'm probably going to go over there and start again, hopefully with a bit more success without being shadow banned and stuff like that. But anyway, I hope you're all well, and as I keep saying, and take care. See you in the next one.